morning everyone, thank you very much for joining me again today. Today's reading is going to be Why Am I So Obsessed? You have got three choices. You've got the hair matchbox, you've got the, I'll show you them actually, the hair matchbox, you have got the deer matchbox, or you've got the tiger matchbox. So if you want to take your choice and then we'll get going. Okay, this has got quite a familiar feeling, pile number one, of some, it's difficult to say, but the energy and the feeling is something that I think everybody experiences. It feels as if the person that you're attracted to is quite at ease with themselves. You've got Temperance, you've got Taurus for them. That's a feeling of somebody who takes life just as it is in some way, always not easily shaken by many things, and somebody who feels quite grounded. I think that this person finds you extremely attractive but doesn't need you, doesn't think that they need you, and they've come into your life and you know there's something there, and you're coming up as Palace and the Eight of Pentacles here. So that, I'll show you the card, is like working on something, and this is like really tough inner work going on here. You're trying to find where you fit with regard to this person's attention. You're trying to find out something to do with patterns and why you're drawn to people, even if it's subconscious with the Palace there as well. And there's a really strong feeling that you just want to know. You just want to know. And this person isn't giving away much, not because they're not attracted to you, it's just the way they are. And I think that you find that intriguing. What I will do is I will go through the cards and see how it fits with you. I mean, of course, there'll be hopefully more than two people watching, so bits will be different. These are the two cards that I normally pick up for why people come for readings. The Seven of Cups is, as I've just said, the Knight of Wands is somebody in the past who has zoomed into your life, who has come in holding their wand in many ways. It's a feeling of somebody that's got it's like a happy-go-lucky sexual pull to them. And then the Seven of Cups is like indecisive. You don't know where you fit. You know they're attracted to you. They may have lots of other choices maybe, or lots of people around them. There's just like here, there and everywhere amongst an aura of attraction. And this feels like the Knight of Wands is, if it's not sexual attraction, it's a feeling of somebody that's going to make your life more exciting. It feels like a crush. I mean, I know that's why you're obsessed, but it does feel like a real stonking crush. And you know, it's really funny with such weird people that the fact that this person is so laid back and the fact that this person doesn't need you or doesn't feel that they need you, it makes it more attractive. Which is awful, isn't it? Because when somebody starts, oftentimes in relationships, somebody starts fancying you back and you're like, oh, I actually think they're okay. But when they don't, it's like, I want it, I want it. So this is what it feels like, because you've got here the Five of Swords and the King of Swords. Now, these are quite cerebral cards, as in people that are thinking a lot or trying to sort out, as we said earlier, where you fit. This is a card of, as I just said, you know, like one person winning, the other not. It could be like they fancy me, they did fancy me, perhaps they don't fancy me now, and it goes both ways. This could even be like a past attraction or a past love where the attraction on one side, and I don't know which side, has waned at one time and picked up on the other. And the King of Swords here is a feeling of somebody who's quite cool. The person that you're attracted to is at ease with themselves, I'm thinking here. They put a good public face on. You've got this man standing here in his Richard Gere kit, and you've got Temperance at Richard Gere. What was that film with it when he came in like that and swooped the woman up? Oh my God, I'm thinking Labia Sifri, but it's not. It's not something inside so strong. Oh, I don't remember. And then you've got Temperance and Taurus. So this is somebody who is... There's also a feeling of something that's stuck in their own head, But there's a feeling here of somebody that's quite grounded as well. Somebody that doesn't go over the top in relationships is what I'm thinking here. Now, you've got Empress here and the Five of Pentacles. I think that this person has expressed interest in you or told somebody, or you know that they find you physically attractive. There's something about the way that you come across, whether you're male or female, that has an aura of possibly beauty, smoothness, having it all as well. So there's that feeling between the pair of you, but little do they know what is going on inside your head. It feels like a Scrabble. It does. With Palace and the Eight of Pentacles, it feels like somebody that's knitting a plan. It's like somebody who has, I'm going to turn up and they will be here. Or, I don't know, I can't really think. It feels like somebody that's got something going on inside them that is going to make something fit, whether it's going to fit or not. But the Five of Pentacles here, at the moment, it feels slightly thwarted. You may be obsessed because you feel like you can't get in. It's just, aren't we so strange? The way that we want things that we can't get that easily. And that's a lesson to us all, I suppose. Four of Wands for you. It's like you're quite a stable person, I guess. You're somebody who is normally quite in control of themselves, but this person's got you in some way. Maybe other people, if you're coming across as the Empress here, maybe in other situations people are quite flustered, or other people have been more forthcoming with you, and this person's really getting your goat because they're not actually giving as much as other people actually have. The Star card is nice. For the situation surrounding the Star card's nice because it makes me think that it feels like it's not ended. It feels like there's hope. It feels like there's something very open between the pair of you. You could even work alongside. I don't mean actually work, earn money work, but you could actually spend your day alongside this person, almost keeping up a sort of public persona or an air or an aura of I don't care either with the Star card there, because that's quite detached. In the King of Swords here is quite detached, and you're coming across as being gorgeous, and it feels as if, you can imagine two people walking along a street and having a conversation and being friends. It's got this feeling here. It's got this feeling, and the attraction is this person is stuck in their work, stuck in their job, stuck in a situation or a relationship or something where they're not, where they're quite happy. And you want to be more of that, quite happy with them. And in not being able to get that close, you almost expect this card to be like that shadow card you get with the cat hiding in the tree, which is his eyes poking out, where you're actually learning more about yourself. And that's the reason you're so obsessed, because it's through love that we learn who we are, I think, in so many situations. How much are you prepared to give? Why do you really want that person? What is it inside you that feels like it needs to be fulfilled even more? And most of the time, it's not as negative. It doesn't have to be shadow, everything's horrendous, where am I lacking? Most of the time, it's development. Most of the time, we just want to be more of ourselves. It's not lack, it's growth. Let's look at it like that. Because it's true. Okay, right, so what am I getting so far from this pile, which is quite interesting? You are so obsessed because this person is smooth. This person doesn't give out a lot apart from what they're giving out naturally. It's not a case of somebody who pursues you and hunts you down. Although the Knight of Wands is here, there may have been in the past some form of, two nights together in the past, this person may have come towards you actually in the past in some way, and then maybe a little bit smoothed over with it now. There's still attraction there. You feel like you can't quite get in. Most of the time you're a very stable person, you're quite controlled, but you feel like there's something you want to grasp onto this, as if it's got a feeling of freshness and a new way forward, like a new year or breath of fresh air. And there's like choices and there's options. And I'm wondering, sometimes we travel down a road in our lives where everything becomes very placid, very stable. And what do we do then? We chuck it all up in the air because we don't like life to be too comfortable. I mean, Taurus maybe, Temperance maybe, and you may be like this person's Uranus transit where you're trying to shock them in some way. It doesn't feel like, you know, shaking a rag doll and waking them up like Aquarius can feel or Uranus can feel down here, but it feels almost like there's something between the pair of you and the timing that is quite sweet. It's got an awakening feel to it that's softer than Uranus. I mean, the star to me never feels quite as strong as the Fool. The Fool is like, here I am, upright, and I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And the star is more like, I've been living my life quite a bit. I've understood quite a lot. What else can I pull to me? That is something I feel. I don't know if that has got anything to do with, you know, not decorations, with information you get, decorations, Christmas, in tarot books. But this has got a huge feeling of healing, understanding, and trying to work things out. What it feels like, there could be a Pluto contact between the pair of you. It doesn't say that in the cards. With your cards here, it could be Pluto inside you. And it doesn't feel like a really harsh aspect. It feels like maybe harsh and soft together, but it feels like you wanting to go underneath and understand. It feels like part of this process is you working out who you are, and that's why you're so obsessed. This person's cool and collected. You're probably friends, or you probably get on very well. And this has got a huge feeling of you trying to understand where you fit in life, what you want next, what you're attracted to, and what you need to develop yourself. Let's put some more cards out here. I took the cards away once but got confused with the editing, so I'm going to keep these out here. I guess that your person is quite collected in with regards to where they are in their life right now. It feels like they give the impression, they probably haven't, because the impression that we pick up from people is so different from what they're feeling, of somebody who's quite self-satisfied, somebody who feels like there's not an emotional yearning in them. I'm not saying it's not towards you, it just is in life in general. It's not desperate or needy. It's not desperate or needy. This is the type of person who stops and talks to anybody and everybody and has an air of relaxed nonchalance about them. I love the word nonchalance, I don't know why. What is the other word? Lackadaisical. We always just call it lackadaisical. I don't like that. It's a bit harsher, but nonchalance is lovely. I'm assuming it's French because it sounds it. So your person has an air of got it all going and I'm quite at ease with myself. Right, let me have a look at a few other things. You could be quite similar. Do you know what this makes me think of with the Queen of Cups here? You may have caught your person doing something and basically you've almost like lost your heart in that particular moment, which you see so often. It could be something that they've said or something that they've done that you've had a real sort of emotional connection to, or that has made you, basically it's made you melt, I think. And you don't like it because you're almost, you've got the Eight of Pentacles here, which is working and trying to organise things, this may be somebody that's not your usual type, or somebody that you've fallen for that doesn't fit in with your life. And you've got the Five of Wands here, the seven of Wands, I can't count, 1, 2, 3, which has a feeling of trying to, I don't feel like you're trying to hold people back. It's more a case of you're trying to back parts of yourself back. This person pushes your buttons in some way, and I don't think it feels in a really sort of smooth way. It feels in a way that, like just a really strong feeling that they've said something. This won't apply to everybody, that has really moved you, or the way they've reacted to a situation, or something they've said maybe about their family or their friends or a loved one that has pulled on your heartstrings in some way. And then it's clicked. It's like, that's the person. And that, you know, may have something particular to do with what you're going through at the moment with regards to your life. But this person has done something, I think, particular. I mean, it's energy all over, but there's something particular that has really tipped the balance in your perception of them and what you want from them. Something that's just said. I once caught a man who was actually really attractive in the first place, which wasn't easy, but he was talking about why he was doing his job, and he said, I can't remember the word, I probably blanked them out so that I didn't get like this. What was it? I just want to help people, and that was it. That was it. I had a huge crush on him. It was horrible. It really was horrible. He said, I know I chose this job because I just want to help people. And I was like, oh no, stop it there. That's what this feels like. Okay. With this healing, my last pile that I'd put out there was, where can you go with this from now? And you've got those cards of you trying to work out situations. In some ways, it feels like trying to manipulate your life circumstances in just the way that I said then. Maybe you're not enjoying it. Maybe you don't want to feel as if you're somehow trapped by your own thoughts, which we all do. And you've got the Tower and the Hangman here for advice. So this is a case of this person is in your life for you to wake up to yourself and how you come across, who you want to be, where you're going, what parts is this person actually clicking in of yours. It's like pressing your buttons in some way. You know, why? And that all has to do with who do you want to be. But you're obsessed with this person because they're really sort of at ease with who they are, and you may be searching for that little part of the jigsaw puzzle just to sort of finish you off. It's not like a desperate feel of somebody who's incomplete. It's a feeling of somebody who's quite open and got their eyes, their aura goggles on to see what's going on. And this person's fallen into your life and it's starting you questioning yourself, who you want to be, where you want to be, why you feel like that when you don't feel this person wants you, how they came in so strong and what's going on now. And you're normally, I guess, with the Star and the Four of Wands here, quite stable in yourself anyway. But as I just said, it's like a jigsaw puzzle and there's some corners missing and you're trying to put the corners in and using this person for it. And this person falls into that job perfectly, beautifully, detached and charming and at ease and confident, and this is rocking your world in some way, and it's got something to do with a self-healing process of you understanding exactly what's going on. And this does feel this feels like a pleasant crush. It feels like a really fantastic, pleasant crush. Because there's nothing really bad in here. The Five of Pentacles with regards to the cards behind make me think, you know, the Knight's a movement and this person's come towards you and then is really laid back with it. And you may have a more intense nature and then you're wondering why you can't get more with the Five of Pentacles. Why can't you get into that place that you want to get into? And I'm wondering whether this person is, with the Star here and the Temperance card here, laid back and distant. You know, friends type of feeling. Wow, that's why you've got a crush on them, and I can quite understand that. Well, I'm going to leave you there, pile number one. This feels as if whatever you're doing at the moment, all this like trying to understand the internal work, I guess, is part of it and part of the process. And I suppose just, you know, the Tower and the Hangman, it's relax with it and let life take its flow. Don't push too much, but try, you know, keep understanding, because that's how we grow. I'm going to leave that there, pile number one. Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh my good heavens, pile number two. There are so many Pentacle cards in this spread, and you have got the fourth house and Cancer. This has got something to do, the reason that you're so obsessed with this person has got something to do with stability. Probably you trying to find what I guess is your internal stability with regards to where you sit in life, and maybe even with, you know, that sort of feeling of just wanting a partner to share time with. You know, rather some piles are like lust and some piles have got all these different feelings. This is a feeling that you want somebody there. You want somebody to share your life with, somebody to empty the dishwasher. Well, that's just me. This has got something about it here. They're coming across as Cancer with expansion here. So this person is stable, I guess, or this is how you perceive them. But there's something that is, they're moving with it. It's something that's part of their nature. But there's something quite, it's almost like mist seeping out. There's something about them that is moving into different areas. And I don't know whether that excites you or is fearful. I'll have to go through the cards. You're coming across as the Hierophant in the 4th house. To me, that is like, to me, it feels like tradition to me. You've got an old-fashioned view of what relationships should be. I don't mean old-fashioned that it's outdated. It's traditional. It's like you want somebody to, you may even have the idea of, wanting a wedding or wanting to have children, wanting, I don't know, I feel like I'm insulting people when I say this, but I'm quite traditional in many ways. The 4th house and the Hierophant there, it's like you want things to feel safe. You want your life to feel safe. You want somebody to count on. Yeah, I'm going to leave it there. You've got here behind you the 6 of Pentacles and the Temperance card here. The Temperance card I've been looking at quite a bit lately and come to the conclusion, for me, it feels as if it's a card of trying to find balance through lessons. It's like when you're tested, it's like a self-initiation process for you to find out how to use your more spiritual, more aware qualities with opposed to what's going on in the material world. And you've got the 6 of Pentacles behind, which is, again, it's a feeling of trying to find balance in some way. It's like holding too much in one hand and it's slipping into the other. This may be you throwing up in your head security, material concerns, where you want to possibly be the recipient of money or where you want to actually give out money in some way. Let me keep going with this. I'm still thinking. And you've got the 4, you have Pentacles everywhere. The 4 of Pentacles at the beginning is either material stability or inner stability or control of yourself and how you give out your energy. The 8 of Pentacles here, oh my God, is working finances and balance. If it isn't finances, it's working on yourself. What will the 4th house person work on? Connections. 4th house wants connections. They want people close to them. Cancer wants connections, want people close to them. This person you may have known from the past with the 4th house here in the expansion card, and in some way they're not near you, or this person is moving away from you in some way and you're trying to hold on with the 6 of Cups here. There's a lot of, this may not be the right pile for you because this is so strong. You've got Pentacle cards, which to me are feeling like materialistic or security issues, or they don't have to be problems, but it's something security related here. The Cancer there is security as well. The 6 of Cups is nostalgic, but still a feeling of security. It's like somebody that you know or somebody that makes you feel comfortable, and that's why you're obsessed. This person could even remind you of your past husband or your past wife. And it feels like you want to be settled with them. Now, you're coming across as the 3 of Cups, which doesn't fit into this. Why would you come across as the 3 of Cups? Unless you are this person's second main partner. Maybe they have been married before, in a long-term commitment before, which is probably the way the 3 of Cups would fit into this for me. It's like a lineup. It is. It's like, you could have, this could be your 3rd partner or your 2nd partner or their 3rd partner or 2nd partner. And you even got 2 little deers here looking at me. And the Queen of Pentacles again, for the situation surrounding. What you're looking for in this relationship is not somebody to muck you about. You're looking for security. You're looking for somebody solid. And this is probably why you're obsessed. This person may fit that bill, flick that switch, I don't know what, in some way or other. Now this pile may be insulting to anybody, and I honestly don't mean it to be insulting, because if you're very earthy, you're thinking, it's different, isn't it? Sometimes you can insult people and not others. I haven't got any earth in me, so I'm not very earthy, and I'm thinking, if you're earthy, you'd be like, yeah, that's me, that's great. So that won't insult you. But if you're not, you're thinking, cheeky girl, cheeky woman. So this may be insulting, because this Page of Swords for the situation surrounding, and these two cards are what I would actually pull out to see why people have come for a reading. The Page of Swords to me is like internal workings with regards to your concepts and your thoughts and where life is going, and then you've got somebody on the top of a hill looking down into the valley, and then you've got the Six of Pentacles attached to this, which is financial again, or work related. This is too financial to be work related to me. I mean, it could be. Hold on with me, don't go. Somebody trying to understand finances or sharing or a work situation. To me, it's more than work. This isn't just a work connection. With the King of Pentacles at the end, the Queen of Pentacles here, you're obsessed with this person because they're very similar. This person may be very financially controlled or financially driven or security driven. And then they've got the Cancer there, and it's like they want to hold on to that, and they want somebody to live their life with them that feels secure. It doesn't have to be all about money. It could be just internal security. But there's a huge thing about it in this pile, huge thing. And the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, is like you match in some way. And the Chariot there is bringing these two things together. This person feels like a little bit more of you. You're drawn to yourself. That's why you're so obsessed. You're drawn to yourself possibly. If this isn't you, this really isn't you, because it's very strong. With the Pentacle cards all over this, the possibility of this being like an important second or third partner for one of you, and the feeling of this person feels like they feel safe, they feel good, they feel right. You could have had partners in the past that were all over the place, or not very controlled, or too young in their heads, or not financially stable. And then this person turns up and they're steady in a nice way, steady in a way that makes you feel good about yourself. This is difficult because I do feel like this may be rude to some people, but with Pentacles, lessons, security, Queen of Pentacles here, situation surrounding, finishing with the King of Pentacles, and you've got the Hierophant, the fourth house. That is somebody who is trying to find somebody that fits into a life where they may possibly just enjoy that type of steady connection, or they've been through past relationships that have pissed you off in some way. In some way, they may just have taken the mickey in some way that hasn't quite caught you. And then this person comes along and they're different. With the Expansion card and the Chariot card here, there is a feeling here. The Chariot's pulling things together and trying to go in one particular direction. The Expansion card is coming to go this way. So it feels like a cocoon to begin with, and it feels as if it's breathing. Like those sort of, not amoebas. What are those? I see sponge, I suppose. It feels as if it's breathing. It feels like there's some sort of room to expand and contract in this, but it feels as if it's quite a tight connection. It feels like you've both made your mind up. This is very solid. You've both made your mind up. This is where you want to go. This person, you in your mind, is your person. There's no room for, I might swap tomorrow in this spread. That's why you're obsessed with this person, because they seem to be very similar to you. You're like a matching pair. I mean, the Queen of Pentacles here and the King of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles there. It's like you match in some way. And there's a lady on YouTube who says this is her favourite love card because the people are prepared to put the effort in. This is somebody who comes when you've got a flat tyre and helps you. Whether you're male or female, it doesn't really matter. I'm just thinking it's somebody you can rely on, in a moment where let's put it to somebody younger than me. everybody. You've come out of a club, it's like 2 in the morning when you're kicked out and you can't find your car keys, or they come and pick you up. It's that feeling of somebody that's quite solid, somebody who helps you through difficult times, somebody you can snuggle in front of the fire with. Somebody who has money at the end of the month to pay the bills rather than they've spent it on a new car. That's why you're obsessed with them, because there's even a feeling here as well, although there's room to breathe, it's in a tight sort of spot. There's a feeling here with the lessons card as well. You could be coming out of testing other people to find out what you want. And then it's like, I don't want silly anymore. I'm not going to forfeit my happiness for great sex. You know, that type of feeling. I have a friend, very quick story here. I've got a friend, Sagittarius, Aries, wild girl, really, really funny. She's the type of person when you were young, you'd go driving and she'd drive into a hedge but would laugh all the way through it. And as it happened, just big personality. But she had a marriage. Her first marriage was to somebody with an equally big personality, big businessman, earned lots, that's loads and lots of money, but was too strong a personality for me. He was harsh when he was drunk, mean when he was drunk, and a big loud voice, and used to like ruling over people in some way, like, I don't know, some Game of Thrones. And now she's going with somebody really steady. They finished, they had kids together. Now she's with somebody who's very steady, would probably come across as very safe, but that just is the right timing, which is this feeling here. So your person, even if they're not as safe and steady as I've described them here, these pentacle cards, I mean, it could be a work connection. It could just be somebody who's a little bit more centered and controlled in themselves here. It's the right timing for you, and that's why you're obsessed. This person has turned up into your life when you're looking for security in some way. Everybody's level of security is going to be different. It may not be somebody who is going to take you down the aisle in the white dress and going to, give you your like white picket fence house or whatever we have. It's like somebody who's just solid in themselves and says what they're going to do and actually does it. And that, at the moment, may be just enough for you. And then the expansion card next to the Cancer, this isn't like somebody who's dull with it. This isn't somebody who's so contained in themselves and they're working and they don't enjoy themselves. It's somebody who seeps out into life, but in a very sort of, I'm going to say precious way, I don't really mean precious, in a very sort of exploratory way in some way. So I think that you're obsessed with this person because of the timing in your life. I think this person reflects qualities in you that may have always been there that you may not have played out. There's a real feeling of security here, and there's a real feeling of past relationships which you don't want to repeat, and this person isn't that. This person also has the possibility of being somebody you know from the past as well, because you've got 4th house Cancer and the 6 of Cups. But the Hierophant there, this person answers questions with regards to, they give you a safe base is probably what I'm thinking now. They give you a safe a safe base with the expansion card here for you both to explore life. And I always think that's how we look at families. Personalities altogether are so difficult, but to give your kids or whoever's in your vicinity with regards to, you have a big influence on each other, a safe base is needed because life's hard. You need to bounce off something. You don't need to be fighting at home, which to me is a very sort of Cancer-y feeling. So maybe that's why you're obsessed. This person feels like the right person at the right time, somebody that's not going to muck you about because you may have had that before. This person still feels like a challenge with the expansion of the Chariot here, but it's like you're trying to understand where you sit in this, and I think where you sit probably with the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles is very similar natures, which to me is like the deers as well here. The deers too. Okay, I'm going to leave that there. So that is very particular. It won't feel right for anybody, but it's got a feeling of balance, understanding and security among somebody, or with somebody that feels very similar to you. I'm going to go and leave you with that. I hope some of it rings true. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, pile number 3. I haven't even put the cards down yet, but there's so much distance. There's like travel, distance, endings in this one. My first thoughts are, before I start going into the cards, that you may be obsessed with this person because it feels like a long distance relationship or an on and off relationship where it gives you time to, which is often the case, time to think and actually become obsessed. Sometimes when you're with somebody 24/7, it's not so obsessive because they're real people. But when there's distance here, it's like you may be very watery, very airy, where you like to think things, and in some ways this person becomes bigger in your mind. I've just thought this from these cards here that are coming out, because you're coming across as the shaman and Seer. So the shaman is, I guess, somebody who can manipulate. It's a bit like, to me, it feels like the magician card. Somebody who excuse me, that was bad talking. Somebody who can manipulate circumstances or situations in the world with regards to what they manifest in some way, I suppose. And Ceres here has a feeling of a heartfelt contact. It's like you play with your thoughts and your heart simultaneously, and then sometimes you can put, almost like a Neptunian quality around somebody that makes them into something they may be, probably are, but in your mind it could inflate it. I don't know there. It just feels a bit sort of fantastically lovely, but difficult for you maybe. They're coming across as Gemini and the 9 of Wands. Now this has a feeling, I don't know yet because I haven't looked at the cards properly, of somebody who's quite playful or somebody who's quite jokey and flirty, but you can't get to each other, and I don't know whether it's distance or whether it's just circumstances. And the crush would be, or the excitement in this would be, and the obsession would be, you feel that this feels almost like, this is what I'm going to say is totally wrong, but I can't stop myself from saying it. The shaman Ceres there, if you want to fix something. You want to fix this relationship because that's who you are, because you manipulate circumstances and you care. And manipulate is a harsh word, but it's a compliment. It's a way that you know that you can change things. It's like fire and water together. It's like emotions, and you know where you want to go with them and how you can get hold of situations and how you can fulfill emotional feelings inside yourself or express them in some way. The Gemini and the 9 of Wands from this person has a feeling of possibly somebody you're attracted to is quite playful, somebody who you can't quite get to with that 9 of Wands there behind the bars. And you feel that you feel thwarted, and that's making it even more exciting. You may be one of those people who like a challenge, right? Because you have got the 8 of Cups here, which is, to me, it feels like distance. It's like somebody's turned, if it's not physical distance, it's emotional distance, where somebody has walked away from a situation or had to walk away from a situation, or you were together once and now you're not. The 9 of Pentacles here, an equal feeling, you giving more than them, I guess. Don't know yet, let me keep going. Now the world behind is adding on to that feeling. There's some sort of ending or separation here. The 7 of Pentacles subconsciously, and the looking out card up here is you're obsessed because you're trying to, it's like a test for you. It's like a test of, can you actually get this person into your life? Or, if they're there already, can you get close to this person? Can you change circumstances, outside circumstances, not just inner circumstances, to bring this relationship together? Like, houses, or where you live, or houses, what is that? Like, distance is what I'm trying to say. Do you work in separate areas, different areas in the world, or do you live in different towns, or is there something in between this relationship that's causing the blockage, even though this person's quite charming and you're thinking, I can fix this, I really trapped this person, I can fix it? I don't know. So the Two of Wands, as we've discussed, it's almost like you're looking out for probably it's a bit similar thing to pile number one. You're looking out for some sort of hole in this situation where you can put a piece of string on a hook and pull this person through it. And there's something exciting about that to you because you can match emotions with this person and you think, I'm going to pull this person towards me. The Six of Wands is this very well might happen. I can't speak. It's only my third pile. I can't speak. The Six of Wands is two feelings here. If this person's quite flirty, they've told you that you're very attractive, that they make you feel good, and in pulling that little rope towards you, it's like you're going to get more of that. With the Nine of Wands there as well, there could be some distance, and with you actually succeeding with this shaman card here, because you probably know that you're very good at getting what you want when you put your mind to something in the best way, because the shaman is just somebody who's aware of how lives work, and then how life works, and then puts the effort into it. You're quite stable. There's something about you here with Ceres and the Four of Pentacles here that you're probably very giving to others. It's probably like you may even be, somebody who has given a lot to siblings or given a lot to your family, or just somebody that gives quite freely to others in a very stable way. And then this is like Six of Wands. This is my turn and I'm going to enjoy it. The Chariot here as well. There's a bit of fire creeping into this as it goes further along. It's like excitement as it continues. It's like there's distance possibly, or there's an emotional separation, or it's difficult to get this one together, more so than the other two piles. But there's like, I can win feeling here, the Chariot and the Six of Wands, which goes very much with your shaman card. You're obsessed because you want to win this person over, and I think you quite like, I don't think you'd admit this to yourself with the Four of Pentacles down here, but I think you quite like the challenge. It's like somebody that comes into your life, and possibly your life has been quite steady in some way. Maybe you just haven't had the chance to, or you haven't found somebody attractive for a while. This person comes in, lights you up in some way. There's distance there. There's a challenge there, and it's like all your fires are burning. And the Three of Wands at the end is still a feeling of, it reminds me of like Force's wives again, that sort of Aquarius feeling when wives or husbands. I mean, the lady across who lives opposite us is like, her daughter is always off in the Forces, and it leaves the other one still and standing and wanting to know more. And I think out of all the signs, Aquarius people like long distance relationships. They don't need a lot. They don't need somebody on their back all the time. They need distance. And there's something about this distance that makes it a challenge and makes it exciting and makes you obsessed. There's possibilities in this pile here. It's like this could even be one of those spreads here where you've met and separated. You've met, you've had a good time, you've had a connection. It could even be like, something at work or a night out, and this person makes you feel good, but you still can't get to them because all these cards of movement away. So this movement away doesn't have to be an argument or a falling out or a past relationship. It could just be attraction that circumstances have taken your roads in separate ways. Your person's probably, you don't know how they feel, and that's intriguing to you as well, possibly with the Gemini card and the Nine of Wands here. The Gemini card is somebody, Geminis are all over the place, aren't they? Fantastic. They just are all over the place. They're like saying things before they've even thought about them. They're playful, and most of the time they make life a little bit more exciting. Very annoying. I can say this because I am one, but it can be very annoying at times. But I'm just thinking my brother's one as well, and he's quite quick in the things that he says, and he's funny. And this person might make you feel good. It's like the type of person you pick up the phone or you're in contact online and they make you laugh. And you're trying to get it together. So this person, why are you so obsessed with them? You're so obsessed with them because you've got time to think about it with the World and the High Priestess card here. You want to understand what's going on in between the conversation, in between the lines, trying to know what this person's thoughts and feelings are. the separation there, which I think you're seeing as a challenge, because I don't think you're scared off. I think you're less fearful of a challenge the more I go on with this power, the Six of Wands and the Chariot card here. But there's still something inside you that needs a really sweet connection, and you feel that this person's going to give you that, and it feels good. And it started rolling and you want to know more. So to me, power number 3, the obsession is in not knowing, the obsession is in titillation, excitement, and the obsession is in this person makes you feel good and you want to know what's going to happen next. There's a big question mark on this one that you want to know the answer to. And this person's amusing. This person is probably quite light-hearted. You know, that your contact or your communication is probably quite funny. And the Six of Wands and Gemini together, what you're getting from this person to make you obsessed makes you feel good. You know, you may have air inside you, and this because there's that sort of feeling at the beginning that, now I'm thinking more the Magician, because I changed that to Magician. But there's something in the exchange that does make you feel good. I mean, I've had friends like this, you know, friends that just talk and laugh, and best friends ever. You need more than that occasionally, but they are, you know, to me, looking back, it's exciting. It's exciting, and it always makes you smile when you look back. This person somehow may lift your mood with this card here, and you want more of it. And it almost feels like it's like kids in college. It's like, you know, kids in school who sit next to each other and they can't wait to sit next to each other, and they're laughing and smiling and giggling together, and you want more of it because you think you can get more of it because you're capable of changing circumstances. But there's a feeling here of connection, internal connection too. So that's why you're so obsessed, all those different reasons. And just before I go, you're the Four of Pentacles down here. To me, all the way through this pile, you're coming out as a really solid person who knows how to get the best out of life. It feels like you're in control of yourself, you're excited by life, and it feels as if you can make any situation work its way to you if you want to. And that is where it's coming from, and that is why this person gets your goat. I'm going to finish there, pile number 3. Thank you for spending time with me. Bye-bye.